broken hearts be what they are, this sort of, enforced separation from your loved ones in Hong Kong has meant that the Immigration Department in recent times have had to consider applications for dependent visas from people who have been married online. Now, I can tell you, before COVID, online marriages were simply not accepted by the Immigration Department. About 18 months ago, I saw the first instance of a marriage certificate being put forward as the basis of a dependent visa application for a couple who were, in a sense, forced to progress their nuptials online, typically via Utah. There are a couple of other places, I believe, that the Immigration Department have been willing to positively consider as recognising the marriage legally in recent weeks at least. But as I say, 18 months ago the Immigration Department were having none of it. Until about 4 or 5 months ago, I was still seeing instances of the Immigration Department really dragging their heels as to whether or not they were going to recognise these online nuptial celebrations as being representative of a legal marriage that is fit for a grant of dependent visa. But I can say in the last few weeks I've seen 2 separate instances. Indeed, I had one lady who was not a client, but we came across her on a Facebook group, and she very kindly shared with us her experience that she'd had with her own online marriage to a Hong Kong resident, permanent resident as it happened, that the Immigration Department were happy to accept the marriage certificate for. And my colleague in the meantime has done an application where an online marriage certificate was accepted by the Immigration Department. What it seems to boil down to is this: the ease and convenience of being able to get your nuptials legally acknowledged through an online ceremony, typically through Utah, means that there is a kind of a temptation for people just to go ahead and just deal with like a Las Vegas type marriage psychology to it, which would suggest to the Immigration Department that if they're going to recognise this legal marriage for the purposes of a dependent visa, they're going to drill really deeply down into the genuine nature of the relationship. And in the 2 instances that we've had direct experience of in the last few weeks, one relationship was clearly documentable for 7 years, the other was clearly documentable for 5 years, and there was a child involved. So it's obvious in those circumstances that the relationship is genuine. All the other criteria for a grant of dependent visa have to be positively addressed too. That's you need to be able, as the sponsor, to show that you can put a roof over your partner's head and food on your partner's table. But otherwise, if there is a genuine relationship and it's done through, that is, the marriage is being recognised through one of 2 online marriage celebration services, as it were. I'll put links in the blog post that this video accompanies, so that you can see what that's all about. If if your relationship is genuine and COVID has forced you because of not having other circumstances available to you to be able to do it the traditional way with your family and friends all around you, then the Immigration Department at this point in time are playing ball.